Good morning. I hope everyone is doing okay. I have not gotten any submissions to fix this, so you guys need to, if you want. You don't have to, but I don't like looking at it. Maybe I can get someone to draw something a little better, but alas. Okay, we're going to be doing more surface area today. We're doing surface area of a rectangular prism. So you can get your notebooks out, piece of paper, whatever you got, and we're going to start. I can find the surface area of a 3D object, and you know what? You know how yesterday I said I'm not the best at drawing figures, so I asked my husband to draw a figure for me, and look what he did. Look how awesome that looks. So we are going to be finding the surface area of these two figures. And we're going to start with the first one. It's easy. It is a little easier to see when they look a little better than it did yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to give you some dimensions to what each face is. Remember, we have 6 faces, and we need to find the surface area of the whole entire thing. Remember the book that I showed you? It's all of the figures, all the sides, is we need to find the surface area. Remember the nets that we made right before we went on this crazy thing. We spent all week making these beautiful 3D figures, and we're just finding the surface area of those figures. So if that helps you, remember the nets that we did before we went on a before we had to stay home. So I'm going to give you some dimensions here. I'm going to have this as 13 meters, this as 8 meters, and obviously it's not to scale, and this is 20 meters. Okay, so I'm going to first start off with the front and the back. So I know that this area is the front. Remember, when we are finding the surface area, we need to find the area of each side. So you can kind of look back at your notes from yesterday and notice that we need to find the sum of all of its surfaces. So I'm going to write that on the side as well. So our goal is to find the sum of the areas of all its surfaces. Okay. All right, so the first one. Okay, so we're doing our width and our height. And remember, what I like to do to help myself to remember everything is to draw these figures out like it was a net, right? And I'm having different colors. This doesn't kind of look like that, but that's why I use colors. It helps me. So I know that 20 and 30, and our backside, I'm not going to make the color here because it's going to get a little confusing. But we're having 2, remember, the front and the back. So that's why I have 2 figures here. So 20 times 13 is 260. And remember, I'm always adding these 2 figures together. And again, 20 times 13 is 260. So the sum of the front and the back is 520. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the 2 sides. So I know that the 2 sides are going to be here and here. So these are my 2 sides. Remember this side right here and then this side back here. Okay, so we don't have this length right here, but we know that the side of this prism is 20. Right? So we have this side as 20 as well. So when I'm making my side, I'm having 8 and 20, and these are my sides, and 8 and 20. So 20 times 8 is 160. This is 160. When I add them together, what do I get? Yeah, 320, because I know I can add 16 plus 16 is 32. Add a 0 on the end. All right. And now for my third, kind of remember what the surfaces are, is the top and the bottom. So I'm going to make that in orange. The top and the bottom. Okay, so the top, remember we're doing here. So this side is similar to this side, right? So I've got 8, and I know this top part is going to be 13. Remember, because this is the bottom as well. So I'm doing 13 times 8. Okay. So 13 times 8 is 104, and 104. We add them together, it's 208. Then we just need to add all of these up. And the total that I get, you can pause the video right here and you can tell me the total, and hopefully we get the same thing. So I take it you paused it, and the total is going to be 1,048 meters squared. Okay, and again, if it went too fast for you, the good thing about these videos is that you can slow down and you can pause it, stop the videos. When I study for my CSAT and I'm looking at a video, I always pause it, write stuff down, think. So that's kind of how I want you guys to work on these notes at home as well. Okay, we're gonna do one more figure, and I'm gonna show you a different way that we could do it instead of writing all these blocks out. All right, so I'm going to show you a few different, okay, so we have got these figures here. Remember, we're doing sides. Remember our side. We'll do 8 feet. And we will do 10 feet. Kind of making these up as I go. Then we have another side. Remember, this one is going to be 8 feet as well. And the length, I'm making this length up as 12. And then remember, we have our tops and the bottom. My red is dying out a little bit. Okay, and remember this side is 12 feet because that's the same as the bottom. And these sides right here, all these sides, remember, they are 10 feet. Okay. All right, so what we can do is we're going to start with the blue side, okay? So this blue side right here, we have 8 times 10, which is, hopefully we all know, is 80. And remember, we have 2 sides of that, right? So we have this side right here, and we have also the other side back here. And that's going to be, so we're going to multiply that times 2. So 80 times 2, I know, is 160. 60. Okay, so I know that I have my 80 times 2, and I'm going to go to my next figure, which is going to be in green. All right, so we are going to take our green figure, right? We're going to take 8 times 12. Okay, and 8 times 12. So I know that 8 times 10 is 80. So if I add 2 more 8s to that, I get 96. And 96 times 2, I don't have my calculator handy and I didn't pre-write this. So I'm gonna do, that doesn't work. On the top side, I'm going to do 96 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 9 times 2 is 18, 19. Okay, so 96 times 2 is 192. And then I have my final top portion in red. And I have 12 times 10, which is 120 times 2. And 120 times 2 is what? I just take my 12 times 2, get 24, and add a 0 on the end. All right. Now I'm going to add everything up. 0, 2, and 0 is 2. 9, 9 and 6, I know is 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. 2, 3, 4, 5. 592 feet squared. Check my work and see if I did that right. Hopefully I did. But you can see if you, with the IXLs, what you need to do is just kind of draw everything out. And on the sides, you can either add like the top portion, or you can multiply by the second portion. And just think of the nets that we had, right? We did nets before we did this little break. And think of opening, if you were to open up these squares and turn them into nets, then we can add the surfaces there. So I'm also going to add another link to a Khan Academy video. If you're still a little confused, please reach out. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.